Hi, this is Jeff Haynes with My2CommonSense. There are two groups of people that are driving me crazy during this primary season. One is the group where Trump can do no wrong. No matter what he does, no matter what he says, you know, he just can't do anything wrong. Two is the group where Trump can do no right. You know, no matter what he does, no matter what he says, he's a big scumbag, he's going to destroy our country. You know, how could anybody vote for him? You'd have to be an idiot, you know, to vote for him. Let me make one thing clear right up front. I am not a Trump supporter. When he first started, I thought he was kind of cool, the way he stood up to the establishment, the way he stood up to the media, his hard stand on illegals in the country and building the fence. But he's done a lot of dumb stuff since then, and it's kind of eroded my support for him. I have always been a Cruz guy. I always want Cruz. But that'll be the makings of another video. Now you have this latest ridiculous crap comparing Donald Trump to Adolf Hitler. Let me just say right up front, Hitler was a socialist. If you can compare Hitler to anybody, it would have to be Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton and our current Führer and chief, Barack Obama. They're the only ones that have like a philosophical allegiance to Adolf Hitler as far as their socialism. So let's not even go there. People who do that have a total lack of historic perspective on who Adolf Hitler really was. Oh, you know, Donald Trump hates illegals and Islamists the same as Hitler hated the Jews. Hitler hated the Jews because he thought they were racially inferior, and he blamed all of Germany's problems on the Jews. Donald Trump wants to deal with illegals and Islamics because of reality. Just by being here, if you snuck into the country, you're illegal. You are stealing American jobs. You are lowering American wages. You are taxing our welfare system to the brink of disaster. If you're an Islamist, he's calling for them to be better vetted so that we're not letting terrorists into the country. There is no comparison between Trump's views on these two groups of people and Adolf Hitler. It's just totally ridiculous. To somebody on Facebook who posted this, I suggested, you know, you should try reading The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich to get a little historical perspective. And her response was, that's not my kind of literature. Gee, I wonder what kind of literature is your kind of literature. Maybe you should try to read Rules for Radical by Sel Alinsky. Maybe that's your kind of literature. You know, what is your kind of literature? You know, there's people that like through the whole year or through the whole, you know, presidency, the whole 4-year thing, the only time they touch on politics is when the talking heads on TV are showing Michelle's newest dress or Barack Obama's latest golf scores. And then when the primary season comes around, the talking heads feed them the information they want to feed them, and all of a sudden they're like political geniuses. Give me a break, you know. And then it's like well, you know, Trump would be worse than anyone else that could be elected. Oh, really? Oh, really? Really? Is Trump worse than Bernie Sanders? Is Trump worse than Hillary Clinton? Again, that's all material for another video. Then you get the Republican propaganda. You know, let's set one thing straight here. The Republican elites hate Trump and Cruz. They are not what they want. You know, they're not the crony capitalist, middle of the road to leftist candidate that they want. So you're not going to get anything reparable out of the Republican Party about either of these two candidates. They want a brokered convention. That's, for anyone who doesn't know what that means, in short, this is like material for another video again. In short, it means that instead of the people getting the most delegates from the most states going to the convention automatically getting the nomination, they have to get 1,200 and something delegates, and if they don't reach that much, they can start voting, and basically the Republican Party could put someone into the nomination through smoky backroom deals and stuff that would be their nominee, and they could totally bypass all the primaries. I mean, that could happen. Why do you think Mitt Romney's getting on TV and telling people, vote for Cruz, vote for Rubio, split the vote, don't get the delegates to Trump because they don't want Trump to automatically get the nomination? Oh yeah, and let's listen to Mitt Romney, right? He ran such a great campaign against Barack Obama. It's like Barack Obama was there for the pickings. Like anyone could beat him. You could put a monkey in a suit and run him against Barack Obama, and he would have won the election. And Mitt Romney ran such a horrible campaign that he gave us 4 more years of this horrible existence that we have under Barack Obama. Oh yeah, let's listen to everything Mitt Romney has to say, right? Funny that Mitt Romney loved Trump when Trump endorsed him in 2012. He had nothing but fantastic, warm, fuzzy things to say about him then. Now, you know, before the primary in Florida, Mitt Romney's been doing the robot calls to people in Florida, you know, talking about how big of a failure Trump was, you know, how his magazine failed, his airline failed, all these business ventures failed. Well, let me tell you something. The magazine's still being published, and Trump sold his airline for profit. So, okay, those aren't very good examples. But let me tell you, people who are successful fail a lot. A lot of times before they get successful, and a lot of times after they're successful. You know, Babe Ruth was the home run king. He also struck out more than anyone else. So, come on, let's get real. The only ones who fail are the ones who try. You know, a lot of people on welfare don't fail. You know, they never succeed at anything either. And then, you know, of course, he's like, oh, you know, well, I wouldn't turn down the nomination if it was offered to me. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? Another Mitt Romney campaign against say, Hillary Clinton? Man, if he could, like, badmouth Barack Obama the same way he badmouths the leading Republican candidate right now, we wouldn't have a Barack Obama in office. We'd have a Mitt Romney running for a second term. Like these politicians drive me crazy. And, you know, Mark Levin talks about how a lot of people in the Republican Party would rather have their power base as like a loser party and lose the presidency than get a president in there that's going to upset the apple cart and shake up their power base. And you got to wonder, if it goes to a brokered convention and they put someone in beside the leading candidate, do we have a government by the people and for the people, or do we have a government run by an elite group in Washington that just dictates to us who's going to be our president? It's like, come on, get real. Then you get the people that are like, I won't vote for Trump. If he gets the nomination, I just will not vote. If Cruz gets a nomination, I just won't vote. You know, I made a previous video saying the same thing about Rubio, and here comes a flip-flop for me. It's like, if Rubio gets a nomination, I'll vote for him. I'll hate it. I'll have to hold my nose and pull the lever, but I'll vote for him because anything is better than the alternative. Anything. So if Trump gets a nomination, or if Cruz gets a nomination and he's not your guy, and you take your ball and you go home, you get what you deserve. And the problem is that I get what you deserve and I don't deserve it. So grow up. Imagine what a Clinton presidency would do to this country. Imagine what, despite what the talking heads tell you on TV, what an Obama presidency has done to this country for the last 7, almost 8 years now. And imagine what 4 more years of Obama would be under Clinton, which would what we would get under Clinton, what it would do to this country. It makes me sick thinking about it. But I would rather take my ball and go home than vote for somebody that I don't consider the perfect candidate. You know what? Trump may be a butthole, but he could be our butthole. If he gets into office and he does what we want him to do, what we elected him to do, I don't care about anything else. We need somebody who's going to stand up for the American people. And even though I'm not crazy about Trump, I believe that he's the guy that would do it. At least he's the best choice that we would have if it comes down to a Trump-Clinton match. It's like, come on. And again, there's things about Trump I hate. And there's things about Trump I love. I love his stand on illegals. And I love his stand on patriotism and how he'll make this country great again. He did the flip. He did this thing in Iowa about ethanol. I mean, ethanol is a major problem. It's subsidized by the government. It takes 3 gallons of ethanol, of fuel, to produce 4 gallons of ethanol. It's corrosive. It's ruining our cars. You know, the whole shot. And he pandered to the people in Iowa trying to win Iowa. And then his flip-flop on the H-1B visas. First he was against them, then he was for them, and then he was against them. H-1B visas is a bad thing. Talk about the 250 employees that worked for Disney and the people at Hewlett-Packard, what they think about H-1B visas stealing American jobs. Our number one goal is to get a Republican president. You know, I am sick of the Republican Party. I'm sick of the way they treat us. I'm sick of the crony capitalism, but you know what? It's the only alternative to a Democrat president, and another Democrat president will destroy this country. That's just the way it is. And I know there's people sitting there watching this video, if anybody watches this video, you know, the 3 people that are going to watch this video, and like thinking, oh God, what an idiot. The Democrat Party is going to destroy the country. Well, you know what? The United States as we know it is being destroyed. Please think about what you're saying and what you're doing, what you're trying to promote, because, you know, we cannot take a Hillary Clinton or a Bernie Sanders presidency. The country just cannot endure it. Please think about what you're doing. And that's my 2 common sense. Please go down underneath for my Facebook link, my Twitter link, my Tea Party link, and please subscribe. Together, maybe we can make a difference. Thanks.